So I'm just lining my S-line cord to get started here, guys. I'm just lining it up against my other strand, giving myself a little bit of room to crimp on each side, and I'll just cut that. And for reference, that is a 6-inch piece. A 6-inch piece of the S-Lon cord in the lavender, and it's medium weight, and it is by the Beadsmith. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we will finish off one side. Let me pull you down a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead, so this and this can, wait a minute. So this is what we're gonna be using on the bracelet, and I will put a couple of bead caps there. And we need our wire guardians and our crimps. So what you would do, guys, is once you've cut your cord, it's the same exact process as working with your beading wire or any other stringing wire that you're using, that stringing material rather that you're using, where you are crimping and using a wire guardian. So that's all I'm doing. I just simply swapped out my wire for S-line cord. So I fed on my crimp. I now pulled up one barrel of the wire guardian, the S-line cord. Now I'm going to go down the channel on the wire guardian, and let's see if we can get that through the other side without it end fraying. Sometimes that happens and you need to flush cut, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. You know, the S-line cord is so great. It's really good for strength, but sometimes it does fray on the edges, although I like it because it's not waxed cord, so you don't get all sticky. And my crimp fell off. Okay, so we'll just put him back on. So I love this S-line cord. I actually like the Beadsmith brand S-line cord. I really do. So now I'm going to feed the tail of that cord back through the other side of my crimp here. And we're just going to go ahead, guys, like we would normally crimp. And again, I am using the magical crimper today. And the reason is because I do not want this to come apart. I want extra security, and just what I chose. This set is so beautiful and holiday worthy, and it's so sparkly. And this jasper and these insane beads and this whole sparkle bag for my anniversary edition here. We're working on the Berry Elegance. Guys, I'm telling you, it's literally one of my favorites, and obviously I'm biased, but it is. I've had so much positive feedback from you guys too, and I thank you guys so much, but it really is. You know, I really loved Hot August Summer Nights. I loved that sparkle bag I did as well, that black and blue and purple. But this one, guys, I don't know. It's one of my faves. So also notice, guys, I'm using a gunmetal crimp tube. It doesn't matter because nobody will notice, and it's for me, and it's just fine. And I'm going to take my flush cutters, scissors here, guys, or any really sharp scissors or cutters you have, and I just snipped off the edge of my cord. Now I'm going to go ahead and just string on the pattern I want. And so what I'm going to do, I think at the end here, I'm going to put on this check glass bead, clippers here, and cut that tail off. And let me pull you down to the mat and show you what we have here. And so that is what we have. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So we'll go ahead and put a jump ring. So I'm going to open my jump ring here. And I'm going to feed on that wire guardian right on my jump ring. And again, I'm going to put that check glass towards the inside where the chain is. So I'll just put the first strand on with the wire guardian, my second strand on, and then I'll go ahead and we'll feed on our toggle, and then we'll go ahead and close that jump ring up. And you want to hear it click. I don't know if you heard that, but you want to hear it snap or click so it's perfectly closed. And that's what we have. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Now I'm gonna go over here to this end. And I think again, we are going to use the smallest jump ring, which I have at the moment is a 6mm. Perfect. Okay, so now, haha, there we go, guys. Now it's laying perfect. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, guys, is we will go ahead and we're gonna add our toggle on this side of the bracelet. And I'm gonna try to get away with the 8mm. I think that should work. I might even can go down to a 6mm, but the reason I want to use the 8mm, guys, is so I have plenty of room for my dangles. Now, obviously you can hang your dangles right on your chain. You can do that too. But I was just thinking I would, you know, wire wrap right to the jump rings, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So I'm just feeding the last links now on that large jump ring with the toggle there. We'll go ahead and close that up. And then let's do the try and test and see how we landed. Is it too long? It's actually perfect. Excellent. Let me pull you guys up a little bit. And so now we can take our dangles, guys, and pretty much add them really wherever. It's just a total design situation, right? So I'm thinking maybe I will go ahead just because I think I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the chain. I think that is precisely what I shall do. Now, what also becomes interesting, guys, is another design idea. Is when you're adding it, you can add it anywhere, right? But do you want to wire wrap through all links of your chain or just one? So something I just give you to think about. I think I'm gonna go like right here. So I'm just going in. So here's where I end with my toggle. And that first, so I've got, you know, how it's called mother-son chain. So the mother is the longer links, the son are the shorter links, right? So there's the mother, son, and then the first mother link right here. I'm actually gonna go through all three, see if I can get all three in my loop. And I can. And wire wrap that in on there like that. Just like that. Yep, perfect. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap that around 3 times. And then we shall straighten that out. And we'll cut that excess. And I just used some copper flat head pins, guys. Let me grab another pair of pliers. Just make sure that burr is tucked in. It's definitely going to be on the wrist, so we want to make sure that we don't have any pokies. Could catch or snag on your clothes, whatever. So there we go. So I've got the dangle. See, now I like that. The dangle is attached to all 3 pieces of chain, which I kind of like that. That means that however I wear it, it's not going to get lost in the middle. So that, I'm digging that. So we'll make our other dangle, guys. So I just hit my head pen. I'm going to put this bead cap face down. And then I'm going to put on one of my jasper beads and then one of my 4mm. And then we will just bend that at the top. You can just do it with your fingers, your pliers, whatever you're comfortable. And we're just going to do a regular wire wrapping situation here. So I'll just put my pliers right in that bend, push that up and around, turn my pliers away from me, and push that wire to the back. And then I'll go ahead and pop that loop open. And hopefully We've got some room right next to that. What are you doing here, Jen? Let's see here. Okay. So you've got one. I think that's it right there. I think so. Let's pop it through and see. That's what we want. So that goes right there. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, so let's find another place here for this dangle. Maybe we'll go just in front of it to that last link on the sun link right next to where this one just was. So we've got one, there's a link there, and there's a link there. So I'm just adding it to the small link right next to where I just added the previous dangle. It's right next to it. I think that should work. See if we can get that to fall inside that loop. And we'll close our loop. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do 2 or 3 pieces of chain, but I think I like the 3 pieces, to tell you the truth. I really do. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm just gonna wrap that around 3 times. And then I'm gonna pull up my full set, guys. Pull your way down. Check that out. Look how pretty that is. Just gorgeous. And you know, that was a really good decision, by the way, on where to put the dangles, because it's not going to interrupt the clasping. So I definitely like the dangles there. So nothing to fuss about there, but that's what we've got. And guys, I cannot even explain to you. Can you see this? The fluidity. This is so drapey and so elegant and beautiful. Let's do the try-on test, shall we? And you know what? Maybe for a special treat, guys, I'll wear this when we launch the bags this weekend, this Saturday, 10 a.m. my time, Pacific time. Maybe I will wear this set. Look at this, you guys. I mean, that is just so elegant and so beautiful. The dangles, I just love this. Fits perfectly. It's just enough sparkle, but the texture between the matte and the shine, the faceting, that matte on that check glass bead, this really soft finish on the Figueroa chain. It's just a lot of beautiful dimension. I hope you guys are inspired and will try to make a bracelet like that. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. So let's pull my full setup, guys. So we now have the bracelet. We made the earrings on Saturday. So I'll show you my full Berry Elegance set number 1. I think I can get a second set out of that bag, and I just might do exactly that. So there's our earrings. There is our gorgeous bracelet that we just made. Oh my gosh, look at how that just is so flowy and elegant. That is sensational. So there's our bracelet. And then, of course, we have our double chain tassel necklace, which is right here. Let me see if I can get the whole thing in camera. Pretty much, I'll pull that down there. So that was our necklace that I made. And that right there, guys, is our 3-piece set. out of Berry Elegance. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, creating something so beautiful, so unique, so different. And by the way, guys, again, if you don't know how to make a tassel with S-Lon cord or a tassel at all of this, except for the crimps, some of the fine, just the jump rings, the crimps, the wire guardians, almost all the rest of this came out of the bag. Of course, we used 20 gauge craft wire over here and then my ear wires, but 99% of this came from the Berry Elegance bag. As you know, if you got it, you can absolutely accomplish this. But I would encourage you to check out that necklace video if you love something looking like that just as much as I do. That tassel turned out sensational. That is so gorgeous, so flowy, so beautiful. I very much love my set. And I hope you guys do too. So there's an opportunity, by the way, for a screenshot. If you want to screenshot and try to make something like that of your own, I think that you will love it. I know I certainly do. And until next time, friends, be blessed.